Hey, it's Robert Mason from the band Warrant in the C2 cockpit, and you are watching the Crash Course Metal Show.
Yo, what is going on, guys? We got with us here once again, Ryan. What is going on, my man?
This is gonna be cool. Oh, I hope I know what album you land on.
Yes, so definitely, we got Ryan here now. Brian has done the first three. Brian was the guinea pig, and he he has done well in the Crash Course Casino, if you will, and
Yeah.
on the Aquanet Roulette. I guess I don't know that Aquanet Roulette just kind of rolls off the tongue, so I think we're gonna roll with that for the most part. That's the main name of this wheel for
I
now.
like it.
Right. So
I like it.
definitely but yes, so Ryan was very eager and more than happy to join us here into the Crash Course Casino again to roll. He was like, "Yo, we just did Sick Vicky. I want to roll some roulette. I want to win some money, some ear candy, or an STD. That's all what you can win in the Crash Course Metal Casino." So
Sounds like you're talking about my single days.
I also like to live dangerously.
As you wish, sir. 20 beats your 5. I'm sorry, sir.
Ryan, if you're ready, I'm ready. We can get going here.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. So we have, what did I say? We have over 240 albums to choose from here. So let us see what the first one is. And that is going to be Bullet Boy's second album, Ryan, Freak Show from 91. Talk to me.
Well, I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but dude, I'm a Bullet Boys debut guy. Okay? That's it. This album I of course own, and I of course own, is it Zaza, Jaja, whatever, however they pronounce it. I bought them because I was really into that first album for a long time. And I bought this one, and I heard a lot of good things. I heard it's kind of like the trickster here, you know, like the crown jewel. And I got it, and I thought, I think I'll stick to the debut. So my knowledge of this is that I never really liked it.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm kind of there with you. Bullet Boys are just not my favorite band. Like, I have their albums, the first three now. I'm not crazy in buying the new stuff because obviously I never heard anything that I liked off of the new stuff.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the first three go, like they're fine. I'm not giving anyone shit for liking them. But
Right.
there are songs though, like I think the debut's a little overrated in my opinion. So, but I do actually enjoy Zaza. That's probably my favorite one of the three, quite honestly.
Interesting.
But to me though, like this album here anyway, Freak Show, there's some good stuff like Thrill That Kills is on here. Hang on St. Christopher. Talk to Your Daughter's okay. You know, I mean, there's stuff that's listenable and okay, but I'm just not, it's not making a top 200 albums for me, you know?
No,
So,
I agree. Well, I'll have to check out Zaza a little
yeah,
bit more.
Zaza's interesting. Like 1-800-Goodbye, When Pigs Fly is good. The single is Mine. That's actually really good. That's probably my favorite Bullet Boy song. It has like a soul feel to it.
Wow.
Very,
Okay.
very good. Mark's vocals on that, very impressive.
All right.
I
Cool.
quite I recommend that. Check it out if you haven't though.
Yeah,
So,
will do.
all right. We can check out the second one. Let's see what we got. 240. I mean, I hope we don't get no repeats. That'd be quite ironic if we get repeats from the first three. Okay, so this is not a repeat. Ryan, we have here TNT with their album Intuition.
Yes, love it. So the band that was almost too good to be really popular in the United States, of course. It's
Okay.
kind of like when bands and people are like too good at the musicianship and you got like sweaty dudes in the audience being like, whoa, his guitar work is so fucking killer, you know? And it's like, there's, you know, but Harnell had the look, like there's no reason he shouldn't have been like a huge star, but you know, I'm a sucker for this album. It came out at the perfect time. What's the song Tonight I'm Falling? It has that like melodic where they like, it's like they I'm not a guitar player, and I imagine that like he puts his fingers on a chord, but then he like picks them individually. You know the intro to Tonight I'm Falling?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like the spoken word thing, and then it gets into the dun da 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 da. It's like I love when songs and albums guitar players do that. So this album I like very much.
Okay. I'm this album's fine for me. I don't hate it. I don't love it though either. It's just kind of middle ground to me. But like the title track's awesome. I like the title track.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm Falling, like you said, is a good song.
Yeah.
Catch the Tiger.
Caught Between the Tigers.
Yes, yeah, Caught Between the Tiger. Yeah, that's a good one. For some reason I always remembered that song ever since I bought this album.
Yeah, it's a weird title, but it works really well.
Yeah, it has like a little kind of weird beat to it throughout the song. But I will say they're like, I'll visit Tell No Tales before this album.
Yeah, I prefer that one.
Yeah. So like, I don't like just as a single, just as an album itself. I just don't get to it that much. But there is good stuff on here, and I'm not gonna give anyone shit for saying, oh yeah, man, I like this, I love this album or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So
great.
All right, good deal. Let's see what we have here next in the casino. This quite interested. Because I'm starting to throw in some newer hair metal bands, or like not bands, but like the hair metal bands' newer stuff, like releases.
Okay.
So we might hit one, we might hit two. I don't know what we'll hit, but this is obviously not one of them. This is Hey Stupid from Alice Cooper. Talk to me, Ryan.
Yeah, this one's got Feed My Frankenstein, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So, love Constrictor, love Trash, like this album. It's like I know people preach it though, and a lot of people that are like true Alice fans weren't stoked. Like Metal Mike doesn't like Trash because it was kind of like too hair metal for Cooper. They wanted a little bit more dirty, a little bit more dark Alice Cooper-y stuff.
Right.
And this album, I think, appeals. Like a lot of true Alice Cooper fans really like this album. I'm just a sucker for the poppy stuff, like, This Maniac's in Love with You and House of Fire and all that shit. So this album, Feed My Frankenstein, obviously I learned that song in Wayne's World. A cool little side note, if you will, is so I'm a firefighter here in Santa Cruz, and I'm actually at work right now, but I'm incognito. I took off the uniform for this, just in case I say bad words and stuff. So one of my now retired fire captains, Josh Birnbaum, his brother is Steph Burns, famous guitar player Steph Burns, who shortened his name. But he was in the Wayne's World movie in Alice Cooper's band when they performed Feed My Frankenstein in the movie. And and he's also in the We're Not Worthy scene and all that stuff. And, super sharp looking, like as you might imagine, like 80s hair metal looking dude.
Yeah. Is he the one without the shirt on when he's playing the solo?
He's
all right.
in really good shape, that guy. And
all right.
Long dark hair. I actually don't know if he's the one playing the solo in the movie, but I know he's not wearing many clothes. But super nice guy. I met him. He was playing with Huey Lewis. I met him probably like 10 years ago at a Huey Lewis show, and so that's another reason why I kind of dig the album, is because there's a little bit like a personal touch to it. So that's
right. Awesome. Well, and I am one of those guys that you mentioned that preaches the album. Like, I like Alice Cooper, but he's not like my favorite or anything like that. Like, but I will say, Trashed, or Trash is it's fine. It's just okay to me. Like, I think where it lacks is the deep cuts, in my opinion. I mean, but even like the singles, I don't need to hear again from Trash.
Yeah.
But this is where it's at for me with Alice Cooper. Like, he has like one of his best songs ever on this album, "Love's a Loaded Gun."
Mm-hmm.
That fucking song is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. That is an awesome song. Like, even like a ballad kind of feel to it as well, like mid tempo. But like you said, Feed My Frankenstein was on this album from Wayne's World, and that is where my love for that song started when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever, when I first seen that movie. And I kind of throw this album a little bit into how Trash Alice Cooper was trying to do like glam and real melodic shit.
Yeah.
This album is a little bit him trying to hit the edgier, maybe like, I don't want to say sleaze because it's not really that either, but like he was kind of dipping his toe into that, trying to push the music and the sound into that kind of atmosphere.
Absolutely. And I do know the Love's Loaded Gun song just upon suggestion and owning the CD forever. But I do really like that song.
Awesome stuff. And even like some of the like deeper cuts, you have Dirty Dreams, Little by Little, Hurricane Years. Burning Our Bed is actually a pretty decent ballad from Alice Cooper. But yeah, I'm cool with this. Like I will be, I don't know how many other people, quite honestly, but I will die on this hill that this is a great album. Like,
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I think you're not alone.
okay, all right, good, because I usually I am alone when I'm defending like some of this stuff. So like it's all good. It's I'm usually a lone wolf when I have some of my weird thoughts on some of these albums.
I see.
So that's good though. That's I'm glad that you dig it at least.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. All right, what do we got here? Oh shit! All right, we got the second Choir Boys album, or Queer Boys, or London Choir Boys, whatever name you want to throw at them, which they all were.
Yeah.
This is Bittersweet and Twisted from 1993. Ryan, talk to me.
Well, I gave them another shot recently, and I think it was maybe Brian from the Hair Band Basement. I think it was upon his suggestion, because I was kind of ripping on these guys, their debut, and a lot of people like them a lot. But I think I came to the same conclusion on that debut of I've owned the CD for 30 years. I didn't like it initially because it has like what did it have? It had like a horn, like some like horns-ish stuff going on.
Yeah, it has some horn sections on like Hey You,
Yeah.
a couple songs, yep.
So that really threw me off. I don't do horns and metal at all.
Okay, so you're not a horn guy then. Okay.
No, not in metal. Like,
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Like it almost ruins Easy Come, Easy Go. Like, and from Winger, like I don't know if those are horns on the intro. The ba-na-na-na.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
It could be if there was none of whatever that instrument is, I would have been like, I still love the song, but I would have loved it even more. And like the second Lynch Mob album has that
Tangled in the Web.
Yeah, like shit like that. And I'm just like, this does not belong. And the Choir Boys were giving off that vibe. So I bought there first, and I never went on from there. And I don't think there's ever any coming back.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to see total, not opposite of eye to eye here on this one.
Okay.
I love the Choir Boys. They are a top 5 band for me.
Wow.
Of every genre, and definitely. Now, I will say the debut is awesome. It is a top 50 hair metal album for me, and I am a big horn guy. I like the horny hair metal, right? So definitely, we do see differences in that, but like I'm okay with horns in it, but like I don't need horns in every song. Like that. I'm with you on that. Like it's perfect in the perfect spot, to bring out a certain song, or like Cinderella, Shelter Me. What do you think about that song?
Hate the whole album. Hate the song.
Oh shit! All right, so we don't need to go down that rabbit hole yet.
Oh,
on top of it, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Stay focused here on this album. All right. So, but this is the second album here from the Choir Boys. Now, when I first bought this album, I actually, for a couple weeks, I liked it better than the debut.
Okay.
But as time went on, playing them both, I was like, I found a new love for the whole debut album. But when I was a teenager, though, I didn't like the whole album of A Little Bit of What You Fancy, the first album of the Choir Boys. It was certainly one that really grew on me as I got older, and my, I guess, taste kind of developed and like branched out a little bit and stuff like that. But man, like Spike, the singer, I think he's like one of the coolest rock stars there is. Like he is the epitome of a rock star, in my opinion. Just cool, down to earth. It feels like he drinks all the time. Like I don't know how the fuck he does it. I don't know what he always has, like the headband on, like bandana and stuff. Not in the way of a Bret Michaels, though. More authentic. More authentic.
Well enough to picture him.
Yes, yeah. Like I don't know if I would ever see Spike in a hospital bed with a bandana on.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
So yeah, but as far as the sound though, it is good. There is some good stuff. They did a cover of Brother Louie on this on this album that's actually really, really good. But there you go, to your point again, that song, the original song and this song, the cover has horns in it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, what could you sell me on some choir boys to try to get my choir? Because I mean, the way you preaching it, I'm like, shit, top 5, like top
Yes.
50, like holy moly. So
I will now. It's like you said with the horns. Some of the songs do, especially on the first 2 albums. Now they're like the stuff that they've done since. Like you would their brand the newest album that they just did last year. You would expect it to come out in 1992. Like
Oh,
they still sound like the Choir Boys. Like Spike
okay.
still sounds great. He still has his classic sound. Like they even throughout all the decades, they had not changed their sound. So like an album from 2008 sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's like true Choir Boys, like it's just I don't know. I will sell you some stuff on this out or on the Choir Boys, but I will certainly like steer away from some of the horn stuff
Okay.
since you don't like care for horns much. But
Yeah.
man, like the single on here was pretty good. Like now I will say there is 13 tracks on this album. So you kind of lose me even as a great band that Choir Boys are, that how much I love them. This album did not need 13 tracks.
Right. I get
Because
it.
I always preach on the channel, anything after like 10, 11 tracks, you're getting into that filler.
Mhm.
It's very hard to have an all killer album with more than 10, 11 tracks. Yes, there are some that do beat the odds, like XYZ's Hungry. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a great 12 track, or it's at least 12 tracks long. So,
Yeah.
like, there are exceptions, but generally speaking, when I see an album that's 12 or 13, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could withstand all these songs. Sometimes I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I will definitely hook you up with some of the stuff
Yeah.
from the Choir Boys because it is a band that is underappreciated and they're pretty decently big over in England,
Yeah, totally.
where they're from.
They had
So
their draw, you know?
yeah, and me and Brian always talk about this. Black Crows and the
Yeah.
Choir Boys came out like roughly around the same time, and they have a very similar sound. And it's just Black Crows just hit it, and Choir Boys just got left behind. Like
Yeah.
I said, over in England, this album or not this album, but the debut did go gold. So all for naught, but like
Yeah.
over in America, it just didn't happen.
Totally.
So all right, good deal. Yeah, whenever I don't. I guess I don't. For being a top 5 band for me, I don't talk about the Choir Boys on the channel too much. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
it does. That's just how it is. Like some bands, I just can't get to all the time. and
Yeah.
it sucks because there's so many great bands I want to talk about, but this doesn't work. So
Yeah.
all right, so next one here. So we did recently talk about Cinderella here. We brought them up, but this is their 4th album and final album. Very, very sadly, final album.
I know.
Still
Crazy.
Climbing from 1994. Talk to me,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about 1994, what an interesting year. But
Mhm.
like for me, this is what should have come out in place of Heartbreak Station. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah. And like that's how much I like don't do that album. It's like one of the biggest bands of the genre. I like totally ignore it. Like that album, I cannot believe the departure that they made. This album, they kind of return,
Mhm.
and it contains my favorite Cinderella song in Hot and Bothered, which
Oh, yeah. Okay.
is like it's up there with Push Push, and then like if you don't like it, that's how much I love those songs. But Hot and Bothered is one of those songs that is one of those pump you up songs, and that's a
Mhm.
riff you cannot deny at all. And I feel like there was some attempt at like a Hot and Bothered on Heartbreak Station. I know it was like different, like flip the time frame around, but it was like a shitty version, and then they grew their balls back on this album. So I
Yes.
like this album.
Yeah, well, and I'm in agreement with you. Like I probably do like this album more than Heartbreak Station, but I still love like Cinderella is my favorite band. Like just for everyone listening, like they are my favorite band ever since I was in the womb, basically.
Awesome.
Because like that was my parents' band. Like that was always in the family car. Brittany Fox, Cinderella, and Poison. That was always in the family car.
Very good.
So yes, I was brought up pretty well.
Yeah, you were
I'll
raised
admit.
right.
Good music taste. But to your point though, this is a great album. Hot and Bothered though, I agree 100% is a top 5, certainly a top 10 Cinderella song for me.
Mhm.
100%. Great song, great song. Um, Good ballads on here too. Hard to find the words. Through the Rain, even though Through the Rain is kind of like the little brother of Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone.
Yeah.
But I mean, I probably listen to Through the Rain more than Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
Yeah.
But man, like Free Willing's cool on here. There's some good stuff. I mean, I can listen to every Cinderella song, every Cinderella album I can listen to, no problem. I have every song. The only song I will say, to your kind of point, that I don't really listen to, the one song I don't like, I guess, is "Winds of Change"
Mm.
from Cinderella. I put it in the same camp as like Britney Fox's "Save the Week."
Yeah.
Can't get into it. Can't get into it. I mean, I like that same thing with Winds of Change and Save the Week. I like the lyrical content to it, but as a song itself, like it just doesn't go nowhere. Neither of them go nowhere. So like I'm like,
That's literally the one Britney Fox song I skip.
yes,
Every other Britney Fox song I'm obsessed with. And okay, real quick, I know we're not doing a Britney Fox episode, but can you rank the big 3 in
yeah.
order of your favorite?
As far as Britney Fox albums,
Yep.
okay, yeah. It is going to be number 1, Boys in Heat. Number 2, Behind Me, Bite Down Hard. Number 3, the debut.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive. Okay.
What about you? I gotta ask you now. I gotta ask you.
I would probably go Bite Down Hard, self-titled, then Boys in Heat.
Okay. All right. Definitely. So yes, that I know Michael Kelly Smith is watching this. Like he watches my stuff. I see him at the record expos as well. So like
Cool.
I talk to him about this shit like all the time, and he always whenever I talk to him, he's like, please tell people to listen to Springhead Motor Shark more, because he's like, no one ever comes to me and talks to me really about that album. He's like, it's just one that just came out, and like there was no one around to really listen to it. Obviously, when it came out, 2003 or something like
You
that.
can let them know that I bought the CD.
Okay, I will. I will text them actually when we're done here, and I will say there are fans here of Springhead Motor Shark.
I bought it brand new. I was very excited to buy that CD.
Now, since we're talking about it, you have what is your opinion on it?
My opinion has been years since I've given it a shot.
Okay.
I believe it turned me off initially, but it's not to say, just like you were saying, your tastes change as you mature and grow older. Absolutely, I need to give it another shot because I love Britney Fox so much. I did a whole episode on the Hair Metal Guru with regarding Britney Fox, top 10 songs. Metal Mike's obsessed with them as well. Mike, Guru, and I are all in agreement that we all prefer Britney Fox over Cinderella, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I believe the big 3 from both bands, the Britney Fox 3, are more consistent and hard rock, probably because Heartbreak Station takes such a nosedive for me.
Okay. So in that example, what if I threw to you Cinderella Night Songs, Long Cold Winter, and Still Climbing instead of Heartbreak Station to Britney Fox's 3 that you mentioned?
I would still go Britney.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely, because that's something. That's awesome because it's just. But to your point though of Springhead Motor Shark, I was kind of in the same boat. Like, but as time went on, like throughout the years, my taste had kind of changed. There is some good stuff on Springhead Motor Shark, but I just don't get to that album as much. And if I'm going to listen to Britney Fox, it's going to be the first 3.
Yeah, totally.
So that's where I'm kind of at with that. But definitely, so shout out to Michael Kelly Smith. I will certainly send him this link, and I'll be like, "Hey, man, we're talking about Britney Fox all the time over here."
And let that be a lesson to you rockers out there that wonder why people gravitate towards your big 3 albums. It's because that's what the appeal was, and that's what it still is. You're going to get like 12 new fans and like 4,000 old fans that want to hear something reminiscent to the first 3.
Correct.
I totally get people have to mature and they have to keep ascending in their musical career. But Come on now, look at the audience. Like
Well, and that's to another point. I'm gonna piggyback off of that and say to what we were talking about earlier with Wildside with their debut album and then with their second album, totally different. That when hair bands went to grunge sound, like total grunge sound, not just a darker sound, but a grunge sound. Because there were bands that went darker, like say, Every Mother's Nightmare with Wake Up Screaming.
yeah, I
That
like it.
works.
Yeah,
That works. And there's other ones examples that work, but there are other ones like Wildside with their second album that just does not work.
yeah,
And
yeah. If everybody could have done what Warren did with Dog Eat Dog, that'd have been sweet.
yeah,
Because, like I said, 1992 is my wheelhouse for music, and that's where this genre should have gone. Is
yeah,
just the drop. It's almost like you look at the way Europe dressed on the Out of This World tour, and then look at them on the Prisoners tour. They like kind of let it down. They wore like
hmm
the long button ups that were open. They were
hmm
more leathery, if you could imagine Europe being like leathery. Like, picture like a Saints and Sinners, a Heavy Bones, a Wild Side. They all just kind of toughened up and got ballsier and deeper, but it was still super killer melodic rock,
hmm
just like Dog Eat Dog, dude. Like
I
for
agree.
if you look at the debut Warrant and Dog Eat Dog, it's like two different bands, but Dog Eat Dog's my favorite. Like it works so well.
I agree. I agree with that. Doggy Dog is amazing. Great album. It showcases how great Janie was as well, as far as a songwriter. Even though all the albums showcase that, but
Yeah,
there's something to Doggy Dog that is light years ahead of everything else. That
absolutely.
they did.
Yeah,
And but yes, to that point though, as what you said that hair metal could have evolved into after
yeah,
1992, I always preach sleaze was what the evolution would have
yeah,
been.
yeah.
Like that. There's no way because sleaze, in some ironic way, is a is does have some of the spirit of grunge.
Yeah,
I don't know, I because that sounds weird, but like it has that like I don't care, like darker attitude, not depressive, not overly inside your emotions, but
right.
like it's just like it's a darker, more mature, serious, heavier, edgier. It's just where hair metal would the natural evolution of hair metal is sleaze
Yeah,
metal,
yeah.
and I don't know if you have any thought on that.
Yeah, the lyrical content was certainly there. It was just a little bit raunchier,
Hmm
like I would say that sleaze of the sub genre is one of my least favorite subgenres of the hair metal world, but like I still own all the shit. I still like it a lot,
Right. Yeah.
like Vane comes to mind. Like that album is pretty freaking cool and the riffs are really good, but I'll take like Triumph's 1992 Edge of Success over anything sleaze. You know what I mean? Like
Really? Okay. All right.
that's
All right.
how far I'm going. Like
Yes.
that's a killer album, by the way. Like if no one knows that Triumph like did anything that's melodic hard rock besides like
Okay.
the squeaky voice shit, like
Right. Right. Right.
Edge of Success is like holy moly, this is amazing. But yeah, like Vane, it's good stuff, but I don't gravitate towards sleaze very much. It's a little bit like um it needs to be crunchier, I would say. It's like the guitars are a little bit less distorted and whinier.
What about like a spread eagle? What
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
I dig me some spread eagle.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good. 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 Because I didn't really want to have to disagree, like get in a fight over spread eagle here.
Everyone around here is on crack, if you haven't noticed.
I
So
love them.
okay, good, 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 good. Definitely. But yeah, I mean that's kind of where like obviously I'm a big sleaze guy. Like I love sleaze. Like that's recent, like the past year is what like a lot of what I've been talking about on the channel. And it's just like because even like when I went to see Spread Eagle like a month ago now,
Oh wow,
a lot of younger kids were there.
wow,
Like it gave me so much hope. I was so happy to see that. And like some of them like that it was a local show. So like they know of like me and the Crash Course Metal show too. So like that was cool. Like they knew of Spread Eagle kind of not because of me, but like there was like reinforcement of like, hey, yeah,
yeah,
this is cool. Like this is good music, like just helping to push it out into the ether and like, into the atmosphere or whatever you want to call it. And just be like, it was just cool because like you don't see a lot of kids my age or younger at these shows, and it was just so cool, a breath of fresh air to see kids there, and enjoy and singing the songs and shit. All right, so let's see what our next pick here is. I believe it's 6. I think we did 5 already.
Okay.
So, but I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, "No, you guys did 4. Get the shit straight." So, all right, so we have here the debut album of the Motley Crue. What do you got to say about this here?
I'm laughing because I can hear Brian from the hairband basement just ready for the backhand to deliver to me just like right now. But I'll start by saying this. I really like the album. I'll always really like the album. It's one of the albums that got me into the whole genre. When I was a brand new Motley fan, I was obsessed with this album and I learned the whole thing, obviously. It is probably my least go-to Motley Crue record because I don't count Motley 94 and I don't really count Slang and I don't really count Saints of Los Angeles. But if we're talking about like the big ones, this is my least go back to. I would honestly, at this point, listen to New Tattoo over this album.
I'm actually right there with you. I listen to New Tattoo over this. Like I'm gonna go one further than you, Ryan, here, and I'm gonna say this album overrated.
Oh fuck! Here we go again.
I don't. It's not that it's a bad album. Like you said, it's a good album. I don't have no issue with it. Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I pulled this album out and played it. Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I honestly played anything off of this album out of my own free will. I cannot tell you that. But then again, Motley Crue has really taken a nosedive for me the last like 5 to 10 years. One, because they are probably one of the most overrated bands in the whole genre. Once you start seeing all of the other bands, the deep underground bands, the bands that just didn't make it, what have you. It's just like Motley Crue is the best we have to offer. Fuck no, they're not the best we had to offer. That's kind of like where I'm at with this, and this is I'm in agreement with you here as far as out of all actually no, Girls is actually really really bad. I take that back. Girls is the worst album. I'm not putting this anywhere near Girls as far as bad or anything, but I just don't get to it. And I think kind of like I'm going to catch a lot of shit here too with this and this next statement. Out of the Cellar, kind of overrated.
Oh,
so that I kind of put those two, but then like I mentioned to you earlier, I get tired of hearing everyone preach about 81 to 87 albums when 89 to 1993, let's just say, kills anything that came out during the 81 to 87 era. That's just my opinion. It's not gospel.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Like I can give you 50 albums that are awesome from 89 to 93. I don't know if I can honestly give you 50 of the same caliber albums from 81 to 87.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like when I got into this, it was like I was obsessed with AC/DC. I still love them.
Mm-hmm.
But I ran out of material. And like I said, who sounds like AC/DC? Crocus, Scorpions,
Rhino Bucket,
Y&T. Well, they sound like AC/DC, but who's like AC/DC?
Yeah,
but,
okay.
So I started like in the early 80s and I went through the 80s. And at this point in my life, hands down guarantee, 89 to 93 shits on all the others. Obviously, I love that genre. But the other reason I'm so sick of people preaching this shit, it's like the same people like Eddie Trunk, who I don't mind, but he's talk about a broken record. Like they only talk about the debut Motley Crue album. They only talk about the debut Def Leppard album. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear about it anymore. I love Live Wire. I really do. That's a
Yeah,
song
great song. Good song.
I will put it on. The rest of it is like a weird mix of like pop punk, and then someone will say, "Well, that was the appeal. It was so different." And maybe if you were 19 in 1981, but it's
Yeah.
like I just, dude, I understand the allure. At one point, like I said, I was obsessed with it. I love it, and I still like it. I just never go to it anymore.
Yeah. I'm with you. Like when like you said, when you're a young teenager, I like this. I Motley Crue was awesome. I don't know if they were ever a top 5 band for me ever. But like when I was a teenager, like Motley Crue was cool. I mean, and they're still cool. But like when you compare it to the rest of the genre,
Yeah.
that is where my issues start to arise.
It is odd. Like the more we get into like channels like yours and like discussing Motley with other people, dude, like the real cracks start to like show. And besides Shout and like Primal Scream and
Mhm.
some of the sick tracks off of Dr. Feelgood, people kind of shit on the rest of it. And it pains me because I'm a huge Motley guy and they were like game changer, life changer band for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the cracks are showing now, and I still listen to them. I still love them.
Yeah.
But this album, not no mo.
Now, to the point you did mention, I guess on the you might have mentioned just a couple minutes ago, but Motley Crue '94.
Yeah.
Um, I'm in the camp. I love that album. I
Mhm.
absolutely love that album. Now, yes, it's not Motley Crue, obviously. The original Motley Crue sound.
Yeah.
I fucking love that album, man. Like it's like, but when I compare it, what they did on that album musically, lyrically, everything it's just better. Like, where was this on any of these other albums? And I get it why people don't like the Krabby era or just that album of Motley Crue because it doesn't sound like Motley Crue. I get
Yeah.
it. I get that. I 100%. But when you listen to it with just as a new band or whatever, I don't know where you can find cracks in that album.
Mhm.
But when you compare it, obviously through the Vince Neil lens, yes, you're gonna find a shit ton of cracks.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. But man, it's just when you, to the point again when you compare it to the rest of the genre, and then when you compare it to Motley Crue '94, even within the same discography, you're like, fuck, where? Oh my god! No wonder Mick Mars left the band. Like Mick Mars admits that he loved doing 1994 because he sounds fucking amazing on it. But then after that, where was Mick Mars? Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee did a fucking Lars Ulrich on, Mick Mars there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Totally.
okay. I mean, I didn't know if you had too much to say. Motley Crue is kind of like starting to be like a Bon Jovi rant to me. Like I'm starting to rant. I think more on Motley Crue now than Bon Jovi, which is very very strange.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
Yeah, dude. I'm not even gonna get into the 94 thing. Like I totally hear what you're saying. It is very quality hard rock. It's just not my Motley.
I get that. I understand that people it just doesn't work for them, and that's totally fair. And I get that too. But man, it's just when people don't give it a chance, though. That's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at. Like you got to give it a chance.
At least I've tried.
Yes, of course. That's all we can ask.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Beautiful. Talk. You take the wheel here first.
Oh God, a crown jewel. I mean, Jesus, dude. I've said it before. If I were to say, okay, young Padawan, let me teach you what melodic hard rock is, I would play for them Feels Good and Don't Say No. Those two songs are the most shredding, ripping guitar tone, perfect vocals, sexy. Oh, dude, I fucking love this album. This album is like the Sahara House of Lords. They just went, hey, the first album was great. XYZ and House of Lords. And they just went whoop, and they went to the top on their second albums. And this one, dude, I listened to this thing all the way through.
Yeah.
Preach it, obviously. And
I
the album artwork's cool.
dude, I agree. Yeah, even I even hear some people kind of like half-ass shit on the artwork, and I'm like,
Dude, no way.
this is fucking cool. Sorry that you don't know what cool is. Apparently, like I don't know what to tell people when they say that this is very cheesy artwork. You can go fuck yourself. So- and I'm not even to the music here yet, Ryan. Oh my god. All right,
Agreed.
so XYZ, yes, they probably are a top 5 to 10 band for me
Yep,
in all genres.
totally.
And as great as the debut is, it doesn't touch Hungry.
Nope.
And actually, I don't think we even said what this album was. This is XYZ's Hungry. Second
We
album.
both just
So yeah, we were just so excited. Yeah, we were so excited. So sorry to anyone who's actually just listening to this that you didn't know what we were talking about, but it's XYZ's Hungry from the early '90s. Oh my god. Okay. The single Face Down in the Gutter absolutely fucking wrecks, kills everything. Just whatever you put up against it, lose. They take a big ass L. Okay,
And you're probably like me nowadays, where like you're kind of over the singles. You've heard them so much, you're like, nah, I'm gonna dig deeper. That one, you still are like, okay, it's going to 11.
Yeah. Yes. The deep cuts on here, absolutely amazing. And like the 2 tracks that you mentioned are good, and that just shows how strong this album is. Like those 2 songs, I probably wouldn't put in the top half of this album, quite honestly.
Wow.
And I'm not. That's no slight at all, because it is that great of an album. This is a top 10 album of all time, in my opinion, of all time. That's how much I love this album.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Roll of the Dice. Everyone look the fuck out. That is an absolutely awesome song. Okay, Whiskey on a Heartache. Pretty much finish off the album. 12. You got 12 tracks. Like I said earlier, 12 tracks. You're really getting as far as filler goes, very high chances. Which Hungry does not qualify for this. They could put fucking 16 tracks on this and it'd probably be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so and then also H Boogie was also one that always stuck with me ever since I heard this album. Okay, Fire and Water.
Yes.
God. Okay.
That intro. Oh.
Yes, absolutely amazing. Great pace, rhythm and pace to that song. And then also to the same extent as Off to the Sun.
Yes.
Now, Off to the Sun, well, I don't know. Either one of these songs can kind of even work in a power metal setting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful because I like power. I'm a fan of power metal, and and that's kind of what they did on this album. Like they kind of branched out just ever so slightly in a couple different ways and subgenres, because they even do like a thrashier type song on here. Is The Sun Also Rises in Hell?
Yes.
That is like a heavy metal song, thrashy elements to it. Now, it's not my favorite song off the album, but I super appreciate what they try to do, and it still fucking works. It still will rip anyone's face off.
Yeah.
So, God, it's just a beautiful album, man. It's a top 10 album for me, and one of the best in the subgenre of hair metal.
This executive order is the fuck around and find out order, also known as the FAFO. This order is for everyone who fucked around and will now find out.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
I can't talk enough about it. It's an absolute crime that this did not do anything.
It's very interesting observation that you made about it being a fraction away from power metal, because I've made that exact same comparison before, where they were holding back the whole time. You could tell they just wanted to really let it rip. And he had his head shaved on the sides at that point.
Yeah.
A little bit more thrashy headbangery, and they could probably pull it off because look at the song The Sun Also Rises in Hell. It's dude, that's some scary, crazy, fast, gnarly, anthraxy shit, but they pull it off melodic. Perfect.
Oh, God, they were an awesome band, absolutely talented all the way around. Just now, I'm guessing you prefer this album over the debut?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the debut, but
I do too. I do too. But man, it doesn't touch this, honestly.
Right.
And that's saying something, because I absolutely love the debut, and it's actually kind of weird. that Don Dokken actually produced it. Like I kind of that always surprises me every time I think of that album. I'm like, Don actually produced that album. To me, that's just I don't know why it's weird, but like
Yeah.
kind
I
of
mean, I wonder what kind of actual hand he had in it, besides maybe some financial backing. Like I remember pictures in the studio on Metal Edge magazine of Don sitting there with them, and I'm sure he added some notes and advice and whatnot. But I wonder like how much.
especially I think what kind of to that point of why I really think about like what he added to the debut, especially when this follow up is so much better. Like, and it's like as great as Don is at everything he does, music wise, like it just feels like what he did might have just fell short. But we're just splitting hairs here because like the debut is absolutely amazing too. So,
Totally.
you know.
Yep.
Oh my god! All right, so that was awesome. That was XYZ Hungry. Now I might need a cigarette after that.
I know we both nutted over that album.
Good shit. All right. Let's see. Okay, we
Oh
got
wow!
Disneyland After Dark with their American debut.
Yeah,
No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims.
interesting, dude. You brought up the actual title, not just the acronym. This one, Hair Metal Guru absolutely preaches. It's like one of his top 5 albums, and like, or I should say, one of his top 5. Like, hey, go out and check it out. Like people don't know about it type thing. I got the tape years and years ago, and I always thought like, damn, like they really found clever ways to make the titles that like maybe English was their second language, and like maybe there were some like pretty not like corny but cliche titles, and they made them sound really different and cool. And in like in the last year, I have revisited this album upon Guru's suggestion, and it has been a pleasant surprise. So I've had it for years, kind of ignored it. Recently went back to it, and I'm getting the momentum going again.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I I I like DAD. I like DAD, but I will say when I visit DAD, it's the next album. It's Risking It All.
That's what
I
I hear
think
that.
Risking It All is a lot better than this album as a whole. Because I did a Foursquare recently on this album, and I the side A is good. I think side A is where it's at on this album. Once I get to side B, I kind of lose interest. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's some songs that just start sounding similar, and they just had the best of everything for the most part on side A. Because I obviously like the single "Sleeping My Day Away" is awesome, great song. You know, ZCMI is cool. Rim of Hell is cool. But then, like I said, like once you get to the side B, then I start losing kind of focus and losing interest. But great band. They're still doing it to this day. Good stuff all the way around. But to me, when I visit DAD, it's Risking It All, the next album from 1991, I believe. I think it's has a little bit more variety as well on the album, a little bit more slower stuff, mid tempo stuff, and still has the attitude, obviously being in 1991 for DAD. But yeah, I good band. I have nothing bad necessarily to say about.
Yeah, agreed. But this is the only one I own. I don't even own the others. So and I've heard that the next, like you said, it's better than this. So I got to get into that.
I was gonna say certainly if you the next album that you check out the from 91 next album, Risking It All.
Yeah, I will.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right. Let's take another spin here. It's like the first episode me and Brian did, we only had like 100 albums on this, and like the wheel only took like a couple seconds, and now since it's like 250, it takes like 5 minutes to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the next one we have here is Lord Tracy with their pretty much their only album.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, Deaf Gods of Babylon. Talk to me, Ryan.
I own it. I know nothing about it. I know that Brian brought it up recently, or maybe Guru did, and my naivete, I thought it was a female band. I thought it was just a female band, and I bought it. I know I bought it at the flea market like 25 years ago. Never listened to it. I know nothing about it, and I know that their suggestion made me want to go check it out. And I think I was finally like, oh, there's dudes in this band. Like, I didn't even know that, just from the, again, name discrimination. And I still don't know shit about it. So take the reins.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'll try to persuade you even more into checking this out. Definitely the single on here, Out with the Boys, pretty good. Now someone could argue to me or debate me and say that this isn't technically a hair metal album.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't kind of like die on that hill. I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're kind of right, I guess, maybe. But there are elements there. The best way I could kind of maybe describe as what they kind of sound like is a more fun Bang Tango.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, Out with the Boys is a fun tongue-in-cheek song. There's a song on here called She's a Bitch is really good. But there are a couple ballads on here that are actually really, really good as well. Foolish Love, I think, was a single. One of the ballads that was a single, really good. Now the singer is the former lead singer of Pantera in their glam.
Oh, that's right, Terry.
In their glam era. So
Terry Blaze?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that's where it all came back because Guru recently interviewed him.
That's right. Okay.
So that's probably why I re-engaged with this, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's not a female fronted." Like, oh my god, how I'm so stupid. But
it happens to the best of us, man.
Yeah.
So, but definitely though, it is now. Don't be expecting, Pretty Boy Floyd or XYZ or anything like that. Obviously, I just gave you two ends of the spectrum. Basically, I understand that, but definitely this is something a little different. It might take you a couple spins. Brian really likes it for the bass work in it, which I kind of agree. There's some good bass work, but that kind of throws into the comparison I kind of gave with a Bang Tango, but just a little bit more tongue in cheek, not as serious, if you will, or funky maybe. But yeah, definitely a good album to check out. Not gonna stop you at all from checking that out. So
cool, nice, all right.
I think that is their only album, though, if I'm not mistaken. Lord Tracy's. I think they did come out with a live album, but I think as far as studio, I think that was it.
Oh damn!
Oh my god!
Oh boy!
I don't know if I could do two rants in the same video. I don't know.
That's okay. Yeah, you can respin if you want.
Your music's bad, and you should feel bad.
I don't want to give Molly Crew any more time than we need to. Same thing with Bon Jovi and shit.
That's my favorite stuff.
So we're giving everyone an extra spin here tonight. Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so I'll let you take the reins on this.
Oh, dude. So interesting. I don't know if you're like me, but I have this weird memory where I remember where I got all my CDs.
Yeah.
And I bought Intuition and Bite Down Hard on the same day. And I found them in a used record store. And that day, my buddy, who was also into this, came back from Amoeba Records in San Francisco. And he had like the Japanese Lion, Dangerous Attraction, and YNT Contagious. And I was like, dude, and I was so jealous. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the Warehouse, which was our CD shop back in the day. And I found this and Intuition. And I was like, oh, the gods answered me. I get to get something cool too. But this album, the heel clicking and then launching into Six Guns Loaded, I was like, oh, it's a Tiger Tails experience. Like, this is amazing. And dude, we did a top 10 Britney Fox on the Hair Metal Guru. And I had I probably had, I want to say at least 6, maybe 7 of my 10 were from this album. Probably 6, because I had Girls Go a Long Way to Love, Kick and Fight or something like that, and maybe the rest were from this album. Like, that's how much I love this album.
Nothing for Boys in Heat.
I think I booted Standing in the Shadows for something. Yeah.
Shame on you.
I know, dude. But that's the thing is, like, I love Boys in Heat. It's not a kick at all. I know it's your favorite, but like this one, just like Tommy Paris, dude, he's got one of those voices where it's like Tommy Flood from Banshee for me.
Yes.
Or I'm just like, dude, this guy's voice will never get old. It's something that just clicks with me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so good. And what really, really pushed me over the edge for thinking this album is so great is their live album with Tommy Paris. Because if it truly is live, the dude has the best voice I've ever heard in my life. Like, unless he re-recorded it, which I probably not.
Mm-hmm.
His voice is hands down. Like, I like Dizzy Dean stuff, but Tommy Paris, I think, has the ultimate hard rock voice. And there's so much, like, just thinking about the chorus to Closer to Your Love. You know, it's like, it's kind of like Sick Vicky, where they can just rip so fucking hard and then they can lighten it up with like the catchiest chorus you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say enough about this album. This is a workout album.
Yeah. I'm with you. This is a great ass album. Awesome album. Tommy Paris did his damnedest for fans to forget about Dizzy Dean.
Yeah.
And that's the best way I can kind of describe like the attitude. And the whole band, or the rest of the band, had the attitude brought into this album because of the Dizzy Dean situation, saying, "Oh, you left us to go do Make a Wish, Black Crowes version."
Yeah.
Like, it's like what is going on here? And you hear that on this. This album has attitude. This is the attitude laden Britney Fox album. And to your point, though, Tommy Paris, great. And Zach Wild's solo on Six Guns Loaded, to your point. Oh, my God. Zach Wild. Actually,
dude,
awesome.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He does the second solo at the end. Yes.
Wow, that's killer.
Because Michael told me that Ozzy recorded No More Tears in the same studio. And they were in right after Britney Fox, either before or after Britney Fox recorded this for No More Tears.
Yeah.
And so Zach Wild was just kind of hanging around the studio, and he was like, "Dude, I like the song that you guys are doing." And Michael asked him, "Hey, you want to do one of the solos here?" And he said yes. So yeah, next time you listen to it, listen for Zach and
listen to the wow.
Yeah, buddy. And Michael even told me, he was like, "It took me a little bit to be able to do it live, because obviously Zach isn't with them when they do it live." So like, he was like, "Yeah, it was a little bit of a hassle, I guess." Yes. So, but it's a great album, though. I can't speak enough of it. It's
what would you say? Okay, real quick, we're gonna compare 291 albums: Hungry or this?
It's gonna be Hungry.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hungry. And as much as Michael's probably yelling at the screen right now, it's because we did a Foursquare. Me and Brian did a Foursquare with Hardline, Double Eclipse, Bite Down Hard, Wild Side, Under the Influence, and oh no, we didn't do Hungry. Fuck, what was the Dog Eat Dog? And that was super tough to rank those four.
I think I saw either the thumbnail of it or I saw that one and I was like, okay, Hardline, Double Eclipse is, you know, you've said a few times, like, that's in my top 5. Like, that album it's probably in my top 3 or 4 albums.
Oh shit, really? Oh,
Double Eclipse is like, they are the kings of what I love about 1992.
Okay.
But then the other 3, it would be really tough for me. But like, what would you say? Like, can you give me your top 3 songs on this album? Because that's like, there's so many good ones.
Shot From My Gun. Louder. I will say Six Guns Loaded has crept up for me over the years. Black and White's good. Fuck. The ballad is even pretty good on here. I even really dig the ballad. That's a good question what the next one would be, because there's so many good. Close to Your Love is good.
Yeah.
Fuck. I've been really getting into Black and White.
Yeah.
So just good, but that shit changes. But it's always loud. Like, Louder is the best track probably on this album. So that it's certainly my favorite track on here is Louder.
Nice.
I'll say that.
Killer, dude. Yeah, those are great songs. Black and White's crept up to like Closer to Your Love, Louder, Black and White, like dude, which one is it gonna be tonight? It's
yeah,
like
Tommy really sells that song.
God, so good, dude. I love it.
It's a great album. I don't know what we're actually we're winning some hands here. It seems like, Ryan.
Yeah,
we
we
got
are.
some. I mean, we did bust on a couple Motley Crues and such. So
Yeah.
so now we're trying to regain all our money. All right. Oh, interesting. I was actually kind of hoping we would see this album here at some point in the next few episodes. So we got it here. This is Don Dawkins' first solo album, Up from the Ashes, after uh the final Dawkins album at the time, Back for the Attack. So,
Yeah.
Ryan, can you talk to me about this album?
Yeah, I mean, one of my all-time wishes, like time machine wishes, is a Dawkins album from '89 or '90.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been the pinnacle of Dawkins. Like that, '89 or '90 was made for Dawkins at that time. Just like looks alone and like a little bit of maturity.
Mm-hmm.
I think the songwriting would have been amazing if they could have just held it together. It would have catapulted them. They would have been arena headliners. Would have probably gone like triple platinum. So between this album and Wicked Sensation, they're both like 7.5s. And if they were just together, it would have been like a 9.5. You know, like
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
I get you.
I love Lynch Mob's debut, and I love this one. And I think Mirror Mirror has one of the coolest like drum beat and guitar riff combos. It's kind of like how Queensryche used to do that on Operation Mindcrime, where you're like, whoa, the drum beat's so driving and killer. Usually, like, I'm not a musician, like I don't play an instrument, but why am I noticing drums? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's so
it's
cool.
very unique. It has a unique sound.
Yeah, and this album is just straight up like crunch. Like I love the crunch and the freaking all-star band. Oh my God, you know?
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, like Crash and Burn. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing bad to say about this album, other than I sure wish it were combined with George Lynch in a Dawkins album.
Yeah, I mean, you can even argue that the original Dawkins band was a super group. Yeah, you can even argue that, you know. But yeah, because Mickey D was the drummer on this album, I think, too. So like, great. I am gonna differ slightly, just slightly, and say that Wicked Sensation kills this album, but that's not taking anything away from how good this album is, too.
I would favor Wicked Sensation over this.
Okay, yeah, because man, over the years, like the past 15 years, I had Wicked Sensation. Like it had only gets better over time for me. Like I can listen to that whole fucking album, and it's so unique and groovy. And George's prime is 87 to 92.
Yeah,
I think that's where his prime was, and he could carry. Not that the other guys in Lynch Mob needed carried, but like George was fire on all cylinders in those first two Lynch Mob albums and on Back for the Attack. I think that's certainly his prime, and like he couldn't miss on those albums. But as far as this album goes, Don's fine. So this is technically, I guess, around the same time or a year after when he was doing XYZ's debut. So this came out in 90 or 91.
I think it's 90.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's 1 year after XYZ's debut then.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Don felt like he needed to get back into the game. So there's a couple songs on here that are really good. You know, you got When Some Nights.
Yeah.
That is like the first song I ever heard off of this album. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not a Dawkins song, because I know like almost all the Dawkins songs at that time. And I was like, well, where is this? And I later find out this is a solo album. So, but man, you got, like you said, Mirror Mirror, Give It Up is good. The Hunger is like a fast-paced song, pretty heavy. There's good stuff on here, but it's just, honestly, it's just one that I kind of admittedly just don't get to that much. Not because I don't like it, but just I just kind of don't. I don't know. I have no real rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
It's just, it is, because I have it in the catalog of Dawkins, like the Dawkins catalog on my iPod.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just hit other albums from Dokken instead of this one. So,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, there's still a good album.
Totally.
Certainly worthy of listening to it and checking it out
Yeah.
if you're not aware of it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I know a lot of people do the comparisons of Lynch Mob, Wicked Sensation, and that album, but I'm in the camp of Wicked Sensation.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh.
All right, so yeah, we're hitting a couple doubles tonight here. We could talk about this if you want, or we can hit
Yeah,
another one.
I'll just say real quick, this is where at least a quarter of the album started to show its like bluesy Heartbreak Station face to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of starts to bum me out because there's nothing on Night Songs that has any blues. It's like, well, there is. It's like, there is, like, especially the back of the album is fine.
Yeah,
it totally starts to show a little bit, but it's still like, AC/DC blues influence versus like Gimme Shelter, Little Richard shit. It's like, come on, dude. But anyway, I like this album. It's my second favorite, absolutely. Songs that could be like a rap song, like Back in Black, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and If You Don't Like It, it works so well. Where like he never comes up for air, and I love it. Like it's hard to do. It's physically hard to do, and it's hard to like make a song where you just don't shut up, but it's appealing still.
Yeah.
And I love that song. And over the years, it's become my choice song on the album, actually. I really like this album, but there's a few moments where I'm like, oh, are they going blues on me? Are they going like straight up like bluegrass on me? Like, uh-oh. But that's it. That's all I got to say.
Okay, all right. I agree with you. If You Don't Like It is a great song, awesome song. But this is like I'm a big fan of blues, and this album is one of the reasons why I am a fan of blues. Like obviously,
Nice.
like I said, I was born with this album
Yeah.
and this band. So like I just a natural progression in my life is just to fall in love with original blues music, and
Yeah.
that's why I love like this album and Heartbreak Station. That's why I defend it, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I understand why you like and Brian, like the people that don't care for the blues of Cinderella, like with Long Cold Winter, the title track, like I get it, but to me, awesome song. I love it. That's like Tom Kiefer's playing a blues song. What can he do?
Yeah.
that kind of thought. But man, I would say though, like Gypsy, like where Coming Home is a great ballad.
Yeah.
Great ballad. Awesome. I like it better than Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone.
Me too.
Quite frankly. Last Mile is one of those. It's obviously not a deep cut because it was a single in a music video, but I think that's a song that doesn't get the love that it deserves.
Oh, it deserves a lot of love. I love that one.
That chorus, man, is great.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. But yeah, it is one of my favorite albums of all time. I will admit that to you. But man, it's just it's a great album, and I think Cinderella. Let me throw this question at you since I thought of it here. You know how we have like our overrated bands and such like that. Do you think Cinderella is underrated? Obviously, they sold multiple times platinum, so like they're not like forgotten or like people know who they are. But are they still kind of underrated though, in a sense, when you're talking about hair metal?
Yeah, and I think it's that third album for them that didn't go huge. You like look at what Flesh and Blood did for Poison. Like look at like Warrant was so consistent, Europe was so consistent, White Lion was so consistent. Well, maybe not Main Attraction, but but anyway, or not.
All right. Well, yeah. I prefer Main Attraction over Big Game.
That's what I meant. Sorry, Big Game.
Okay.
Game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I think that's probably why. And dude, the songs you mentioned on Long Cold Winter are so good. And let me clarify, like I like blues a lot too. I really do.
Right.
I'm a blues guy. So like in the later years now, I like for my AC/DC stuff, I gravitate towards their super random 80s albums that no one really gave a shit about where they started doing this. Like I love Fly on the Wall because it had like this much like blues influence.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't like every other album that's AC/DC like hard rock, blues rock shit. Like their influence is like most of the Bond stuff. That's kind of their appeal. But when they kind of got out of it and they went like Night Songs or Fly on the Wall, you're like, ooh, this is some like Accept, Eat the Heat, hard rock, pure shit.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why like maybe Long Cold Winter started to do this for me a little bit for Night Songs because they started being like a little dabble into there. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened, guys? You know?
Yeah.
But it only shows at times.
Right. Yeah, it's obviously not what we see with Heartbreak Station.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's to everyone's taste, you know, like that's totally okay. Because like I used to, when I was younger, Night Songs was my favorite album.
Yeah.
But you know, as time was going on, once I probably hit my 20s or so, it made a flip to the Long Cold Winter.
Yeah.
And you know, but it happens. Hey, maybe in my 40s I might go back to Night Songs. I don't know. You know, so we'll see. But since you brought up AC/DC and of the 80s stuff, what's your thought on Blow Up Your Video?
Love it.
There is some good deep cuts on that album.
Oh yeah, totally. Me, Hair Metal Guru and I ranked the Brian Johnson, and I put Fly on the Wall as number 1.
That's fair. I that's a good album.
Which it, you know, like I kind of had to stick to my word because I preach it so much, and then I was like, dude, Back in Black's so perfect, but I'm just gonna go with my like kind of rockiness of Fly on the Wall right now, which is crazy. But I think I can't remember where I had Blow Up Your Video. I can't remember where I had it, but I mean, it's one of those albums where it was one of my early purchases by them as like a very young man, like 10 years old probably. So like I knew it then, and then like now I still kind of like go back to it, and I'm like, dude, Rough Stuff has like a pop chorus, you know, like it's so different for Brian Johnson. But then like This Means War and Two's Up, you're like, whoa, what's that? Like that's some like machine gun vocal shit, and it's hard rock killerness, you know. Like I like Heat Seeker, but like kind of like Too Fast for Love, I don't go back to Heat Seeker a lot. I love That's the Way I Want to Rock and Roll though. That's a hit.
That's a good song. Some Sin for Nothing is awesome. That's probably my favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
Rough Stuff, you know.
I even like Go Zone. You know, it's
that's good. That's the other song. I couldn't think of that one, but that is the one I do really like.
Yeah.
I don't hate that album like a lot of people do. It has some good stuff on there. I like it. Now when you're talking about the best Brian Johnson era album, it's Flick of the Switch and End of Discussion.
Dude, if I had one wish in the AC/DC realm, it would be if they would totally remaster that. Because you went from the 3 Mutt albums to the album they did themselves. And I love that album. And when you start listening the tracks, you're like, God, those are good songs. But I wish there was a little sprinkle of Mutt influence on that to smooth things out and bring things up a little bit.
I would agree with that because there is a difference in production on that album. But I think the songs are there, though.
Oh, God. I love that.
All right, so Ryan, you got one more in you.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see what we got for our finale here. All right. It seems to be, maybe a sign here, obviously, with the passing of Ozzy here recently, the past month. This is the first album, actually, with Zakk Wylde, like who we brought up recently, or just on the Britney Fox album. Can you talk to me about New Rest for the Wicked?
Yeah, so Ozzy and I don't always see eye to eye. I'm not like, so I'll be honest. I prefer his solo stuff.
Me too.
To Black Sabbath, and I prefer every other Black Sabbath singer to the Ozzy material with Black Sabbath. Okay, I know I'm in the minority, but I just
too. Dude, I am in 100% agreement with you. 100% agreement with you.
So I think Ozzy is such a person and a being and like a name and a staple in the rock world. His musicians really kick him up a notch. I bought this album on the strength of Crazy Babies.
Yeah.
And the riff that I actually heard it coming from someone's car, and I was like, holy shit. Like I'm not a huge like I love Ultimate Sin, I love No More Tears, and I love this album. Those are my 3 choice Ozzy albums.
Okay.
And I would say that Crazy Babies, when I heard it coming out of someone's car, and it was like a hot chick driving it, and I was like, God, girl of my dreams, what is going on here? How are you listening to this song? I was like, I got to go back and revisit this. And that was like 5 years ago. And I was like, fuck, that's good. Like Zakk Wylde's guitar is so insane. So when he passed, I revisited it again. And I was like, okay, I'm still kind of feeling the same way about the Ozzy vocals. But man, the absolute ripping musicianship on this album makes me a big fan.
I agree. I'm just a big fan of Zakk Wylde. Like, I love his solo stuff. I like the Black Label, but like he has like a solo band as well, like just Zakk Wylde.
Yeah.
If you'd never heard any of that stuff, I actually, out of all these recommendations we've been talking about tonight, I would say check that out first.
All right.
Absolutely amazing, soulful, a hint of blues and just hard rock, but not like Black Label. It's not Black Label Society, because like that gets old after like one album. Like that sound that he does and just that vocals and stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Book of Shadows is the album that he did. One of the albums, his solo. But as far as this goes, great album. One of my favorites of Ozzy, I would say, because I'm in complete agreement with you. Like, I don't care for the Black Sabbath stuff that he's in. I mean, the debut of Black Sabbath is probably my favorite and like really good. I like it, but just something about Ozzy. I just don't. His voice, like, it's just okay. Yeah. Like, I don't put him on the pedestal, But I think that's maybe I'm just the villain here though too, because like I don't put Motley Crue on the pedestal anymore like a lot of people do. I don't put Kiss on the pedestal. I don't put Ozzy here on a pedestal. But this album is good though. I like it. Miracle Man was the other single on here.
Yeah,
really really good. Devil's Daughter is cool. Breaking All the Rules, really cool riff to start off that album or to start off that song and just throughout the whole song. But man, like, God, Hero is fine to pretty much, I think, finish off the album. But man, like, this is because I like the Jakey Lee era.
Yeah,
but I think I honestly probably would take this album over the Jakey Lee stuff. I don't know, because I have all this shit, but like I don't I just don't get like you. I just don't get to it, the Ozzy stuff that much to really fine tooth comb it. Like, I don't know, but this album is probably one that I would grab more times than not when I'm talking. Hey, I want to go listen to Ozzy. So
yeah, I mean, there's certain artists out there where like take Udo for example. If Udo wasn't the in Accept would probably be like one of my, like if David Reese was in Accept from the beginning, I'd be like talking about Accept like I talk about AC/DC, and the same like if like Johnny Gioli from Hardline sang on No More Tears, I'd be like, it's the best album of all time, like fuck everything else, but I'm not quite there with Ozzy because he's like such a personality.
Right.
Like Udo, I am. Like Udo, like his solo albums and the Accept stuff, like, I'm sorry, I just don't agree with his vocals at all. Like, my ears just, but the musicianship is great. Ozzy is like almost there where I'm like, dude, if anybody else, it would be so much more ripping. But he's Ozzy, so you can't kick him.
Right, right. And, obviously what he did for metal is amazing. So like, not that, just based on the vocals alone. Like, I just can't get there with a lot of it. And same thing with like Rush too, like Geddy Lee.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's fine, but like after a couple songs or an album, I'm like, okay, this is enough of this, and that's not taking anything away from their talent. It's just, for me, it's just not there. I just don't visit that much. So, I think that's the oh the one thing I wanted to say that you brought up. Eat the Heat is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
that's an awesome album. Like because I was a fan of Accept. I've always been a fan of Accept and like Metal Heart,
Yeah.
just the Udo stuff. Even Udo, some of early Udo's solo albums are really good.
Yeah.
But man, when I seen that Accept did a like glam or a hair metal style album, I was like, I might actually have to break down and just buy this brand new. And I did. And I never looked back. And I still play that album at least a couple times a year on my own free will, and I had no regrets at all. And in defending that album.
Yeah, one of my coworkers goes, "Hey, let's crank something from your genre." When we're working out, he goes, "I'm always playing the new metal." He's like, "Give me something from your shit," and I'm like, "Should I play Fly on the Wall? Should I play Hungry?" And I was like, and I put on Eat the Heat. And he's like, "Fuck, that's pretty good shit." Like I can see
Okay,
it.
awesome. Now,
Yeah.
the only negative I will say about that album is I feel like Wolf could have done more solos. Like I feel like that album lacks some solos.
Interesting.
Yeah, so next time you listen to it, kind of like be like, "Oh, let me see what the solo is to this song."
Yeah.
And you're kind of going to be disappointed.
Yeah, because
So,
he
because
ruled.
because you think of Accept like everyone up until that point, all of their albums have great back and forth solos,
Yeah.
and just good guitar work. And even to the point of the single Generation Clash.
Yeah.
Tell me, where's the solo? Are you impressed with that solo?
No, and I'm thinking about it right now, and I realize there really is just kind of some like good string bending going on.
Yeah, and and that kind of tells you something at how I guess how strong that album is, even without like face ripping solos and shit like that. Like, just imagine if it did have that. Like I'd be way more into that album. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still absolutely love that album, but
Yeah.
I would be like you, like pounding it into everyone's skull and say this album is awesome.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, check that out next time you listen to that album.
I will.
All right, Ryan, I think we got to 10. If not, we certainly got to over an hour. So we are going to exit the casino. So hopefully we got some ear candy for everyone and for yourself to check out after this video. So Ryan, my man, you got any last words for while you're exiting the Crash Course Metal Show Casino?
Oh man, that was really cool, and it's cool to like not know what's coming and just kind of have to access the Rolodex and
yeah. So, sometimes it's scary.
yeah, it's good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I liked it.
You got it, brother. Anytime. The casino is always open to you guys, so definitely always fun, and it's cool too because after a couple weeks or a couple months, maybe the album comes up again, but like you feel differently after some amount of time on some of these albums, and you always add new input to it, as like a new review to it, if you will. So, but Ryan, my man, thank you so much for coming on again, and you're welcome back anytime. And I will put the link to your Metalcast project in the description below. And once again, man, thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it, brother. And guys, let us know if you enjoyed your time here at the casino. So let us know in the comments what you guys want us to do here next. And until next time, stay out of that collateral damage.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.